We finally have our new legendary hero, the Savior King Dimitri. I feel like in the past 24 hours, we've gotten just as much talk about how good Dimitri is, as well as how funky his art is. People keep bringing up his art. And this is so weird because this is the original artist for Dimitri. So how do you mess up your own art for your own hero? Either way, there's a few things about the art. I'm not going to talk about it, but that's probably the thing that's gotten to me the most. I thought people would talk about the hero more than the art, but guess not. All right. Our newest hero has 40 HP, 41 attack, 41 speed, 37 defense, 18 res, for a total of 177 BST. He has a super boon in attack, super banes in HP, speed, and res. So you probably just want to go for attack on Dimitri. Mighty 45 attack base. Boy, that would really make things difficult in dealing with him. But just a reminder, he has Arid Bar. I'm gonna butcher it. Accelerate special trigger cooldown count -1 at start combat if unit's HP is over 25%. Grants attack speed, defense, res +5 during combat. And additionally, if unit's speed is over foe speed, reduces damage from attacks during combat and from AoE effects up to 40%. Basically, it's by speed. It's the same thing as spur and close call and whatnot. So everyone already knows how it is. Aaron Bar. All right. Additionally, he has Blazing Wind. By the way, does anyone know why he has Blazing Wind? Is this a reference to him in the game? Because I don't remember anything related to Blazing Wind, but I could just be ignorant, you know? People have been pointing that out to me as well. It's just like, it doesn't really fit him because he doesn't have anything to help him get Blazing Wind quickly. It's a weird special for him to have. I feel like it should be a lore kind of thing, but I can't figure it out. Maybe it's related to Tempest? Blazing Wind. I guess, but it's such a stretch, right? It doesn't fit him at all. I think everyone's going to replace it, so. Alright, fair enough, though. Additionally, he has Sturdy Impact. If unit initiates combat, grants attack +6, defense +10 during combat, and foe cannot make a fall attack. Fair A skill. But the thing that really sets him apart is Atrocity, which at start of combat, if foe's HP is over 50%, boosts damage by 25% in unit's attack. And after combat, inflicts attack speed, defense, res -5, and special cooldown count +1 on target, and foes within 2 spaces of target through their next actions. Atrocity is... You know, Atrocity is everything but a B skill. Right? Doesn't that make sense? Because it does extra damage like Send skill. It has a Pulse Smoke built into it, which is a C skill. It has attack speed, defense, res -5, which is essentially a weakened version of all smokes. But it has nothing similar to other heroes' B skills. It's such a goofy skill, but it's incredible. Anyways, finally, he has Odd Tempest 3, which... This is going to be weird, guys, but Odd Tempest 3, someone has pointed it out to me, is inheritable to Flyers and Infantry. Well, yes, it's clearly a B skill because it's a B skill. But I'm saying, like, the B skill itself consists of nothing of that other B skills consist of. It's a B skill, but it's not really a B skill. So the thing I'm saying right now of Odd Tempest is that you can inherit this on Flyers and use it. You can inherit this on other infantries and use it. There are a bunch of restrictions on it, of course, but this is a very usable skill. Give me one moment, I'll pull it up for you guys. I just remembered somebody did send me the image, so. All right, real quick. Nerdy Gamer Rip sent me this to me. Odd Tempest is for infantry and Flyers. That's insane. Specifically, you can't run it with any ranged heroes, as I suspected, because that would be a bit really stupid, because that'd be really great. That'd be so stupidly good. But the fact that it works on Flyers is huge. If you think about it, if you have Flyers with, like, the new skills, right? Oh my goodness. Do you, like, realize what can happen? You use Odd Tempest on Flyers with Dive Bomb. Use it on Flyers with the new C skills for reducing speed defense, like from Jill. You're going to have a good time. This could really mess people up, so... Yeah, Odd Tempest is surprisingly good. The only issue is, thus far, the only way to get it is from a Dimitri. And would you really want to kill Dimitri just to get Odd Tempest on somebody? Right? But, again, this makes heroes... Even heroes, like, really ideal heroes for Dive Bomb, for example, are like Resplendent Cordelia, because she can quad, essentially. And if she uses, like, a speed defense rain from Jill, yeah, a very scary hero. If she gets 3 movement on odd turns, it can really mess people up. But that's a really good hero, for example. Anyways, interesting C skill. So Dimitri is technically fodder, but I don't suggest it. All right, but with that said, what do you guys think of Dimitri anyways? I've been hearing people talk about Dimitri and they're like, he's not actually that good is what they're saying. And they're also saying he was disappointing. I'm not going to bring up like specific comments from people because I don't want to call anyone out, but those are some things that I've been hearing. Now, people are right to say, hey, he has a major weakness against green mages. That is true. But my counter argument is there's nothing in this game that's perfect, right? There's no hero in this game that has no weaknesses. That's not a thing in this game at all. Every hero definitely has a weakness. If your hero only has one weakness, I think you should be pretty happy about it. And Dimitri's only true weakness is that he has low res, but because he has damage reduction, it's not free, right? If you have like a really powerful red mage or whatever, they probably can't one-shot Dimitri. And, well, if they're a red mage, Dimitri should probably one-shot them. But let's say if they're a blue mage as well, Dimitri probably still wins that fight. It's only the green mages that he really has to be scared of. Now, of course, they could be super fast and he suddenly has no damage reduction and then it doesn't quite work out. But with that said, like, there are ways a player can counteract it. What I'm trying to say is one weakness is not as bad as people are saying. At least I don't think so. 18 res is pretty low, but the only way for him to have had more res is if he gave up defense, gave up speed, gave up attack, or gave up HP. And he's already given up a lot of HP. 40 HP base is nothing big. This is a 177 BST hero, guys, so I think what he is really, really good. I don't think they should have made any alterations. I think the low res just makes him incredibly scary. Like, any physical hero is going to struggle against Dimitri by far and by large. And you don't want to sacrifice attack or speed.
You will like my build and change your mind tomorrow.
Change my mind? What mind is there to change? You know, I said, like, Dimitri feels unfair. You know, I literally titled my video, Dimitri is not okay. I think he's a great hero. I think he's like a top-notch hero. Wait a second. Are you trying to tell me you think he's bad? Because that's what I was talking about. I think some people were saying he's mediocre or he's disappointing or he doesn't offer much. Like, I can agree with people who's like, well, I can agree to a certain point. Because Dimitri's basically taking the same idea of like most of the God Lancers, there aren't a lot of them, and just taking it to another level, right? Dimitri's essentially like a super improved Chris, female Chris, for example. And I can understand that, but still, taking it to a notable step up makes him he's also really arena viable. So in terms of scoring, he's there. In terms of everything, he's there, really. This is one of the few heroes in the game that can be just as good of a Gale Forcer as he is a super tank. Right? Because if you're crazy enough to drop his B skill for Spurn, he suddenly has, what, 58% damage reduction? Something crazy like that? Or is it 60? I don't remember anymore. Someone can do the math. But you have a lot of damage reduction. Or you keep his B skill, and then you run him with, like, Heavy Blade and A slot, and give him Gale Force, and suddenly he's a Gale Forcer. So he's incredibly flexible. I think he's, I don't know. I don't know how people are, like, looking at it that way, but I think he's incredible. 64% says EA. So yeah, if you do Spurn and keep his weapon, you got 64% damage reduction, which is huge. This is a hero that works on both phases and can specialize well on both phases. So, excellent hero. Anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think about Dimitri. I'm just a tad surprised by some of the responses I've heard so far. Epica that only looks at cancer rates? But I just said I think Dimitri's good in every mode. Literally every mode, Dimitri should be dominating. Excellent ether raids, excellent in general content, excellent in arena, excellent in literally everything. I don't see him being bad in anything. Maybe the only thing that I can agree is being bad is like the art is kind of funky. The more I look at it and the more things people point out about it, that's probably my biggest issue with Dimitri. But yeah, that's about it. I don't think Blazing Wind is like actually a reference, because I think that's a bit lame if that's actually the case.